This shit. This whole fucking bike lane is stupid. I mean, bus lane. Like, why can only a bus drive in it? Why can't cars drive in it too if there's no bus? It should say, if there's a bus in the lane, get out the way. If not, it's a useful lane. All that damn bus lane is doing is fucking traffic up worse. It used to be 3 lanes in both directions right here. Now it's only 2 lanes in both directions. And the traffic was bad when it was 3 freaking lanes in both directions. Now the traffic's horrific. With a bus lane on each freaking side for no goddamn dumbass reason. Hello? 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 I didn't hear you. She's not, you got the wrong number. What were you calling for? Oh, who, for what? Why? Oh, for what? Oh, you can't tell me? Hello? Why did you hang up on me? But these bus lanes are stupid as hell. They make no sense. Hang on, I'm trying to start something. It just takes forever to load. You'll end up getting to your destination before it loads. Oh, this looks interesting. Elon. Let's see. They have Elon crying for some reason in the AI image. We'll see why Elon is crying. In the AI image. The fucking AIs, man. It looks real as hell. It's just getting smart as hell. Like, we're literally building the fucking Terminator in iRobot. Why?
An electrifying success story from the automotive industry. Toyota Motors has hit top gear, enjoying a smooth ride during its first quarter under the leadership of CEO Koji Sato.
When you think of an electric vehicle, Tesla immediately comes to mind. But what if I tell you that something big has happened in the electric vehicle world?
Fucking shit. That's the first thing that comes to mind. Is a fucking pile of dog shit when I hear electric car.
Toyota, known for making some of the world's most reliable cars, recently made a bombshell announcement that claims to outperform Tesla in range, speed, and price, shocking everyone in the EV market. Even Elon Musk reacted sharply to it.
To charge for
Within
100%.
minutes, social media was
For 3
abuzz.
hours.
Pre-orders surged, and industry experts started asking one question: is this the beginning of a new era in electric
What if there's a
mobility?
power outage?
In this video, we will learn
Or a
about
solar
Toyota's
flare.
game-changing
Everybody's
innovation.
fucked.
What Elon Musk thinks about this bold move. Is Toyota really dethroning Tesla? And will this luxurious SUV hit the roads of the US and Europe?
Is that
Stay
bass too
tuned
much?
to
I
find
don't
out.
know. This guy's
And
talking with a
before we
lot of
move
bass.
ahead, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more exciting.
Yeah, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more exciting double features. Chicago exploration.
Between Toyota
Whatever the
and
hell they
Tesla.
decide to put on.
In 2010, Toyota, the hybrid pioneer, and Tesla, the electric vehicle maverick, struck a deal that seemed like a match made in auto heaven. Toyota invested $50 million in Tesla
That's where
and sold them a
Oldsmobile's
California
at,
factory
Pontiac's
at
at,
a
Pontiac
bargain,
is at.
leading to the 2012 launch
They're
of
all
the
in car heaven.
RAV4 EV, a blend of Toyota's reliability and Tesla's electric spark. But the partnership quickly soured. Toyota's safety-first culture clashed with Tesla's fast and loose innovation style. With
What about the
engineers
charging?
bickering over
3 hours
designs
to
and
charge it
processes,
to
the
100%.
RAV4 EV flopped, selling just 2,500 units at a steep $49,800. And by 2014, the alliance was crumbling. Toyota began selling its Tesla stake, and the war of words erupted. At a 2014 conference, Elon Musk scoffed at Toyota's hydrogen fuel cell focus.
Yeah, that's the way to go. Hydrogen powered.
And dubbing
But not
them
fuel
fuel
cell
cells.
hydrogen. Hydrogen with the
Toyota's
regular
Vice President
V8
Bob Carter
combustion
fired
engine.
back,
That's the future.
defending hydrogen as a smart zero-emission bet and warning Musk against dismissing it. The
Choking
feud
on my
wasn't
milk.
just about tech. It was a clash of visions. Tesla bet everything on electric disruption, while Toyota hedged with hybrids, hydrogen, and plug-ins. By 2017, Toyota had sold all its Tesla shares,
bike shop.
severing ties. Now back to that game plan of Toyota. Meet Toyota's BZ3X. The electric vehicle EV market just got a serious jolt.
There used to be a little gas-powered bike shop somewhere like right here, I think.
Toyota, a global giant known for its dependable and long-lasting vehicles, has just made a bold new entry into the world of electric mobility with the launch of the BZ3X, a stylish, full-electric SUV that's not only designed to protect the planet, but also your pocket. This isn't just another electric car. The BZ3X is a game changer. This wasn't some gimmicky concept car. It
looks
boasted
like one.
space, luxury, and enough cutting-edge technology to make buyers question. While
Nah, I
many
don't want that
electric
much
vehicles
technology,
on the market
man.
today come with hefty price tags that put them out of reach for the average buyer, Toyota has flipped
The
the
electrical
script.
problem is hard
This
enough on a
brand
gas
model
car, much less
comes
on
with
an
a
all-electric
jaw-dropping
car.
starting price.
That'd be a freaking nightmare.
$15,150. That's right, a fully electric SUV from Toyota for less than the price of many regular gas-powered cars. It's a deal that's almost too good to be true.
And it is.
Here it is. The BZ3X was co-developed with GAC Guangzhou Automobile Group. Has been officially launched in China, the world's
China.
largest EV market. This strategic partnership combines Toyota's legendary expertise in building cars that last a lifetime with GAC's growing strength in EV technology and manufacturing in Asia. The result, a budget-friendly electric SUV
Ew.
that doesn't skimp on performance, comfort, or design. The sleek look of the BZ3X is enough to turn heads. Modern lines, a bold stance, and futuristic details that make it look far more expensive than it actually is. But the real beauty lies in what's under the hood, or in this case, beneath the floorboards. The vehicle runs silently and smoothly on electric power alone, offering a clean, quiet, and zero ride. Ideal for city driving, school runs, or long weekend getaways. Inside, Toyota has kept things clean and tech-forward. You'll find a minimalist dashboard with a digital instrument panel, user-friendly controls, and the kind of smart features you'd expect.
Introducing the most
Commercial. Man, I hate it when your milk flies out of your seat. So you always gotta put a seatbelt on your milk.
Back with Chase Freedom Unlimited. 0% intro APR. with
Does anyone
no
ever put a
fee.
seatbelt
How do you
seatbelted
cashback?
in your
But
gallon of
from
milk?
far more expensive models. Think advanced infotainment, safety systems, and driver assistance tools that help keep you and your passengers safe and
I got the
comfortable
right
on
of way,
the
but he
road.
was trying to drive out in
But
front of
perhaps
me.
the most exciting part of this new launch is what it means for the future of electric driving. For years, one of the biggest barriers to EV adoption has been cost. Many buyers want to go electric, but simply can't afford the high prices of brands like Tesla. Now with the BZ3X, Toyota is opening the door for millions of drivers who have been waiting for an EV that's truly within reach. In fact, some are already calling this a serious wake-up call for big players like Tesla. While Tesla has long dominated the EV conversation with its premium offerings, Toyota is taking a very different and arguably more democratic approach, bringing electric driving to the masses, not just the elite. The BZ3X might not have the performance specs of a Tesla Model Y or the tech flair of a luxury EV, but it does something just as important. It makes electric cars affordable, accessible, and reliable. And in today's world, that's a recipe
I like
for major
electric cars.
disruption.
I like gas
So,
cars.
yes,
Boy,
Tesla
hydrogen-powered
might want
cars.
to keep an eye on its rearview mirror
Hydrogen-powered cars will be
because
the
Toyota
future.
is coming in fast with a greener, cheaper, and smarter option. And if the BZ3X is just the beginning, we might be witnessing the early stages of a whole new era in the electric vehicle revolution. One where anyone can drive electric without breaking the bank. Let the new EV battle begin as we delve into the details that pitch BZ3X ahead of Tesla. Range that fits your life and your budgets. It all started on a breezy Monday morning. You adjusted the rearview mirror, slid into her seat, and tapped the start button of her brand new BZ3X. The quiet hum of the engine reminded her that this wasn't just another car. It was a different kind
of territory for the first time in many years. Amazing. And it was just announced, this is an interesting one, I didn't realize it was that bad for so long, but it was just announced by one of the nation's most historically accurate and respected pollsters, Rasmussen, that the number of Americans who believe our country is on the right track now exceeds those who think it's heading in the wrong direction for the first time in 20 years. Can you believe that? 20 years. And this is really a seismic 27-point swing from just before the election. That's, nobody's ever seen anything like that one yet, sir. I want to tell you, that's a big one. The best and most successful business leaders on earth are now racing to invest in the United States. Since November, DeMac has announced plans to invest $40 billion in the U.S., creating at least 10,000 jobs. SoftBank has announced investments of between $100 and $200 billion, creating at least 100,000 American jobs. Oracle and OpenAI and SoftBank are now collectively committing $500 billion to keep the United States on the cutting edge of artificial intelligence, and so many more. I mean, so many companies that want to come to the White House and have a little news conference all the time. I said, why don't you just announce it? But they want to come, and I'll do that. I don't mind doing that. I say anytime they want to go 10 billion or more, I'm there. 10 billion or more. But on his recent visit to the White House, the Prime Minister of Japan announced he anticipates Japanese investment in the United States of well over $1 trillion. And we're working on an Alaska pipeline already, which is the closest point to Asia. And as you know, the ANWR, which we've started, Ronald Reagan couldn't get it approved. Nobody could get it approved for so many years. Couldn't get it approved. I got it approved. Actually, I got it approved twice. I got it approved and Biden ended it. That was a shocker. But we just got it approved again. And we're going to be, it's probably the largest deposit maybe anywhere in the world, just by itself. It's, they say, of similar size to Saudi Arabia, so we hope that's correct. But all of this is only happening because of the world-changing results of the 2024 election. We won the House, we won the Senate, the White House, and the Electoral College, and the popular vote in a landslide. We also won all 7 swing states, and all 50 states shifted in the Republican direction for the first time ever. So every state, every single state of the 50 states shifted Republican.
I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Thank you, President Donald J. Trump, for securing our border and putting America first. Now, President Trump has a clear message. If you are here illegally, we will find you and we will deport you. You will never return. But if you leave now, you may have an opportunity to return and enjoy our freedom and live the American dream. America welcomes those who respect our laws because a strong nation is a safe nation.
You want Dr. Squat's natural body wash? Sydney Sweeney body wash, Jeannie?
What's your wish? It could be anything.
Coconut. Earthquake!
Dr. Squatch Body Wash for men who prefer natural.
Last administration was the worst and most incompetent in the history of our country, but we are moving quickly to fix every single disaster Joe Biden created
Yes, he
and make
is.
America stronger and more prosperous than ever before.
Pretty soon that gas is going to be back down to that $1.78 a gallon.
Our
About another
first
year.
and most urgent mission is to remove the laws that Biden allowed into our country with the ridiculous and very dangerous
Yeah, true.
open borders policy. They came from all over the world. They came from prisons and jails. They came from mental institutions and insane asylums. They were gang members. They were drug lords. They came from all over, and they were allowed to come into our country. And we're getting them out in record levels, just like they came in record levels. I want to thank Tom Homan and Christie, who was she's doing a fantastic job, governor of South Dakota, and Tom Homan, you know, and they are doing a fantastic job, and the results are incredible. And every country is taking them back. They're sending their criminals to us, and they're all taking them back. We had a little problem with a couple of them that ended very quickly.
Venezuela.
And because some said, we don't really want MS-13 back in our country. But I said, congratulations, you're taking them back. And they take them back. And by the way, Europe and other places ought to start also doing that. They better start looking at immigration because it's really hurting Europe very, very badly. And they better get smart and they better get tough before it's too late. We're also working to end the highest inflation in our country's history, all caused because they played with our
Look at Joe
energy
Biden.
policy and wasted money on the Green New Scam and other things such as
That was
that.
a big scam. the green
And they
scam.
wasted monies at never seen before levels. If Joe Biden had simply held federal spending at the pre-pandemic levels we had in 2019, right now we would have virtually no inflation. We're trying to balance the budget immediately, and because of the tariff income, which is really, it's already turned out to be amazing, actually. It's really meant more for bringing countries and companies into our country, but it's, the numbers are rather staggering because we're the big piggy bank that everybody wants to be, and they can play games and they can say, well, there'll be retribution and, you know, equal this and that, but they can't be equal. But we want to keep it so that we're the big piggy bank. And if we had years like we did the last 4 years, that wouldn't have lasted too long. So we're not promising it, but, you know, all of these things could happen. We hope to balance our budget. So I don't want to promise it because if I do and we come about $10 short, the fake news media back there would say, we have breaking news. He did not make it.
They
He
would.
did not make it. But we'll get it done very soon. It might not be this year, but it could be this year. Actually, we have a chance of getting it even this year, which people would be shocked at because they were talking about 10 years, 15 years, 20 years from now. When I took office last month, we inherited the consequences of inflation. That was more than 4 times what it was when I left 4 years ago. Think of that. I left, it was at 1.4%. And the annual government spending
Hello?
over $1.5 trillion more than projected
Hello?
in 2020 alone. $1.5 trillion. But under the
Anyone
Trump
there?
administration, all of that is changing faster and more
Hello, hello,
dramatically than
hello?
anyone ever thought possible. They didn't think it was possible to do what we've done in just a very short period of time. We've accomplished more in 4 weeks than most administrations accomplish in 4 years. On my first day in office, I imposed an immediate federal hiring freeze, a federal regulation freeze, and a foreign aid freeze. I signed an order creating the Department of Government Efficiency and put a man named Elon Musk in charge.
Yeah,
Thank you, Elon, for
you did a good
doing
job.
that. Thank you very much. And he's doing a great job. I wish, you could have seen him last night. It's really, you know, he's a very committed person. He's a very serious person. and he's a very high IQ people. You know, I like high IQ people. Not all have to be, but you know, it'd be nice to have some people up there that he's a seriously high IQ individual. Now, he's got his faults also, I will tell you that. But not too many of them, which is now really waging war on government waste, fraud, and abuse, and they're curbing inflation and saving taxpayers billions and billions of dollars every single day. And there's even under consideration a new concept where we give 20% of the Doge savings to American citizens and 20% goes to paying down debt, because the numbers are incredible, Elon. So many billions of dollars, billions, hundreds of billions, and we're thinking about giving 20% back to the American citizens and 20% down to pay back debt and pay down debt, which is, if you look at value, if it were a real estate balance sheet, the debt is tiny, but we still want to pay it down. We don't look at it as a piece of real estate. It's America. We're going to get it down through intelligence, hard work, and as Elon said, a word called caring. You have to care. By doing this, Americans will tell us where there's waste. They'll be reporting it themselves. They participate in the process of saving money. So many of the men and women in this room, as an example, they pay tremendous amounts of taxes. And here are just a few examples of where your money was going before I came along. These are just some of the, just taken at random. Oh, there are much worse examples than this. I was just looking at them before the speech, and I can tell you they're much worse. And there are some that are horrible, but I don't want to really say them because they're very embarrassing to people. Very, very embarrassing. And they're really something, but you'll be seeing it and you will be reading about it. But just some taken at random. $2 million for sex change operations in Guatemala. $20 million for Sesame Street performances in Iraq. $20 million, that's a lot of money. You know, I know what it costs to do those things. You get a cast over for $50,000. Give them a couple of bucks tip. That's it, not 20 million. 20 million, that's Gone with the Wind on steroids. $101 million for 29 diversity, equity, and inclusion contracts at the Department of Education. Wow. And we've canceled all these, saved all of this money. And again, this is just a small sample. This could go on, I could read them all day. $520 million for a consultant. I want to know, who is that consultant? To do ESG, that's environmental, social, and governance investments in Africa.
I want to be that consultant.
$25 million to promote biodiversity conservation and illicit livelihoods by developing socially responsible behavior in Colombia. $40 million to improve the social and economic inclusion of sedentary migrants. Nobody knows what that even means. None of this stuff. Everyone's trying to figure out what the hell does it all mean. $42 million for social and behavior changes in Uganda.
Why?
40 million's a lot of newspaper ads in Uganda. $70 million for research of evidence-based solutions for development challenges. $10 million for Mozambique medical male circumcision.
What?
What is that? What does that mean? $2.3 million for strengthening independent voices in Cambodia. $14 million for improving public procurement in Serbia. $486 million to the Consortium for Elections and Political Process Strengthening, including $22 million for inclusive,
Hey, this is that
participatory
immigration shelter
political
right over here that
process.
Costa Rica was at. The YMCA back there?
And $21
Or
million
still
for
immigration
voter
place?
turnout in India. What do we need to spend $21
Does it
million
look
for
like
voter
it?
turnout in India? Wow, $21 million. I guess they were trying to get somebody
A
else
lot of money in
elected. We
India,
had to tell
goddamn.
the Indian government, because when we hear that Russia spent about $2 in our
Oh,
country,
yeah,
it
some
was a big
comments.
deal.
I got
They took-
to get to those comments.
They took some internet ads for $2,000. This is a total breakthrough. $21 million for India
Yeah,
elections.
read your comments.
$29 million to strengthen the political landscape in Bangladesh. $20 million for fiscal federalism and $19 million in addition to the $21 million for biodiversity conversion in Nepal, $1.5 million for voter confidence in Liberia. We need voter confidence too when you read this list.
Oh yeah, we sure do.
$14 million for social cohesion in Mali. $2.5 million for inclusive democracies in South Africa. $47 million for improving
forgot.
learning outcomes in Asia. Asia's doing very well. We don't need to give them money. And in another
What'd you
program,
say?
$50 million plus another $50 million
What
for
do we
condoms
have
for
here?
Hamas. You know that?
Did you bring
$100 million
your
for condoms.
pothole pads
Condoms. Does
today?
everybody know what a condom is?
No, I didn't.
For Hamas, $100
I sure
million.
did. It should have.
And these are just some, I could read this list all day long. I just don't want to bore you. But these are just some, and not nearly as bad as others. And some are just, I just don't want to say them because they're too
Not really boring me. I think
incendiary.
it's kind of comical.
We're also
honestly.
finding tremendous abuse, waste, and fraud in Social Security. Social Security is what's happening there is going to be one of the great potential scandals in history. On the program, there are over 4.7 million Social Security numbers for people from 100 years old to 109. Think
How?
of that. Now, over 100, there aren't a lot of people that make it. Hopefully, most of the people in this room will make it, but historically, you don't have thousands and thousands of people. But listen to this, 3.6 million people.
Hey TikTok, it's Alan Walker, and if you want to get this or this, search Alan Walker on TikTok and tap the banner right now.
Try to describe Eastern. It's like chill, but yeah, you still have like a lot of stuff to do.
Events like First Night, events like Panthropalooza or Student Involvement Fair, those are just so much fun. Like you can see so many people on campus.
These
The right
titles
way
are-
you get
there's a
impacted
few here,
group. If
not
you
as
join a
bad.
club and activity, you get to actually have a voice right away.
You physically like embrace the campus and embrace everything about Eastern, and you just learn to love everything about it.
Woman from a certain country where they have actually people that
Oh
live
my
pretty
God,
long,
those gas
actually.
prices are way
And,
too pricey. I'm not gonna
She was
guess.
127 years old. That's pretty old. But we're topping her
Damn,
by millions.
127 years
millions.
old.
3.5 million people from the age 140 to 149 years old.
God damn, I can't believe we got that many
1.3
people. That
million people are on Social Security from the age 150 to 159.
old. What the fuck?
And
How?
over 130,000 people are on Social Security over the age of 160 years old, okay? Including 1,039 people, think of it, over 1,000 people between the ages of 220 to 229. And one person between the age of 240 years old to 249. And the record topper, there is one person on Social Security who's 360 years old, which is approximately 110 years older than our country.
Ooh, I lost battery power. Oh yeah. Alright, I got to claim that back. Hang on.
International development, which was funding much of this lunacy. We virtually shut down the out-of-control CFPB, escorting radical left bureaucrats out of the building and locking the doors behind them. What they were doing was so terrible. Where they were spending the money was so terrible. What we haven't looked at yet, but will be, is does the money come back to them? Because nobody can be stupid like that. And they're not stupid, they're smart, actually. And, you know, why are they doing that? Does money come back to them? So we'll figure that out pretty easily, I think, and quickly. But I've ended all of the so-called diversity, equity, and inclusion programs across the entire federal
That sounds
government
good.
and private sector. and notified every single government DEI officer that their jobs have been deleted. They're all deleted.
Yeah, we don't need
And
more
it's interesting,
Epstein.
even these companies that have tremendous amounts of money. A number of them just announced, Walmart, you can believe it. They just announced that they're stopping. And, you know, these companies are writing off like $220 million. How can you spend that much money no matter what you're doing? If you're teaching them something, you're going to have an instructor. You're going to talk. You're going to give them a book. Please read the book. You know, then you find they spent $225 million on that. What's going on? And we were going in the wrong way. And our military was really, although I tell you, you know, we defeated ISIS with our military in 3 weeks. General Raisin Kane he's a real general, not a television general. And 3 weeks ISIS, and I asked him, and I saw some of his people that are so great, the soldiers. We have the greatest military in the world, but we don't have the greatest top leadership. That's why Afghanistan was such a horrible situation and so embarrassing and so many other things. But when we want to, with proper leadership, there's nobody even close to us. We have the best equipment in the world. We make the best equipment in the world. But we have the best military. You know, we never fight to win. We fight to just keep it going forever. And when we fight to win, there's nobody that can even come close to us. But I was talking to General Dan Kane, and call him Raisin Kane, and I was told it would take about 4 years to defeat ISIS, and he did it in 3 weeks. I said to him, "What do you think, General? How long will it take?" "Sir, I think we should do it in less than 4 weeks. You're going to have time left over." And he did that. And we were told by the television generals it would take 4 years, so we did it. That's when I went to Iraq. I flew to Iraq, and late at night, the dark of night, all the windows closed, all the lights off in the plane, and Air Force One. And we flew in, and it was pretty amazing. I'll tell you, we were landing, and there were no lights in the plane. "Sir, we have to turn off all lights." I said, "You mean we spend $9 trillion to fly in an Air Force One with the lights off?" And I went up to the pilot and said hello. And by the way, these guys are like central casting. These are the best looking human beings. Everybody's like perfect. The most handsome people, the best looking people you've ever seen, with the flag of Air Force One. We're getting a new Air Force One if they can ever finish the damn thing. We're getting 2 of them, actually. But we may have to go a different route because it's taken them a long time. We're going to get military that's going to start building. We're going to get people to start building properly again in our country, because they don't build properly. This was Boeing.
I went around.
But we're up there, and I'm looking at these people, and again, I say they look like Tom Cruise, but better. Stronger, tougher. And they said,
"Oh, see, wonderful.
Are we okay, Captain?" "Yes, sir, we're fine." But I'm looking at it, I don't see any lights, and we're landing. And I'm used to that. I like to sit with the pilots a lot. And
Wonderful, sad.
And
HK, I'm glad your wife let you.
The computer voice where it goes.
All right, what are you even talking about, Wonderful?
It's feet. Your feet are
Make sure you don't stay out past your curfew. I
don't see any lights.
I don't got a curfew.
And the computer goes
What's
out,
the
an intelligent individual goes 1,000.
best president ever talking about?
There's a big plane.
No, you got.
And then it goes 900.
No.
800.
What is the best? Okay, so
700.
Canada guy said, "What is the best president ever talking about?" Now
Captain, we don't see
now
lights.
not
Is everything-
your
Sir, everything's fine, sir. We'll be landing.
Johnny.
3 minutes.
Okay, whatever.
And then it goes like 600, 500.
Alright, I'll be back. Like, subscribe, share, thumbs up. I'm just gonna pause this for a minute. We'll be back. So we're just gonna start a new live so everyone's not waiting. 4 thumbs up. So we're just gonna start a new live so everyone's not waiting. 4 thumbs up. Thank you. Like, subscribe, share, thumbs up. We'll be back. We'll finish that speech.